Hi everyone, so I thought I'd do a video today for this card, which is a 5x7 pop-up canopy front card. Now, you probably would have seen this card already. I originally showed this card as part of my In Love Art Shop craft haul video, because this was from In Love Art Shop, this die cut panel. But I wanted to do one today where I don't cut anything out the front. I did do a live stream with a double 6x6 canopy card, and I cut circles out of both sides. So a video for that will be coming or will have gone up already. But I wanted to do one where you don't have to cut out the front and just see, you know, I'm going to change the sizes up a little bit from this one. So you've got a bit more of a gap around the outside so you actually see the papers below. So today I'm going to be using my new Beach Textures paper pack, which is a digital paper pack that I've got, and it's over on Etsy. I think I probably will have already shown you it on a live stream, but just in case you don't watch live streams and you haven't seen it yet, I'm just going to quickly flick through while I'm talking to you. And so yeah, so I've done like a beach textures, and as I say, it's available over on Etsy. I've tried to go with all like beachy type themes and textures, and just make it really summery. So that's that, and that's available over there for download. Okay, so for this card you're going to need 2 pieces of base card. Now I'm not doing a mat and a pattern, I'm only doing a base and a pattern, and that's it. If you want to add a mat in as well, you can. So you want one piece that's 5x7, so that's not going to get scored. You want another piece that's 5x7.5, and along the long edge you're just going to score at 1/2 inch, and that is just going to fold over. If you're using thickish card, this isn't too thick, but I think it's probably about a 230, maybe 220. Don't go too thick with it, because this bit here will splay out because it's a top fold. If you go too thick, it will splay. So that is that. Then you also need a piece of again base card, 2 pieces of base card. One of them is 4 inches by 7.5, and on this one you're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, at 1.5 inches, and then if you turn it round on the other end you're just going to score at 1/2 inch. So that's going to be the top of your card, and this bit here is the bottom. So that's that. We'll put that to one side. Then you need another piece that is 3 inches by 6.5, and again you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5, and then turn it round, and on the other edge you're going to score at 1/2 inch. So if you want, you can have a play with these base pieces and make them a little bit bigger, but I wanted to have a decent enough border around the outside of the patterns so that you can see a decent amount of the patterns, because I'm not cutting through the middle. That's why I want to do it that way. So what we're going to do now is all those 1/2 inch, the single 1/2 inch folds are just going to be folded like a mountain, and then at the bottom you're going to go mountain, valley, mountain. So both pieces should end up looking like that. So now what we're going to do is going to get some red tape, and we're just going to put some red tape along the top of our tab on our 5x7.5 piece. And then what we're going to do is turn that over, and you can decide whether this is going to be the front of your card or the back. It's really up to you. I'm going to do it as the I'm not sure actually, I might do it as the, I usually do it as the back of my card, but I'm wondering if this time around I might do it as the front. So I'm just going to stick this down. Okay, so if you use it as the front of your card, then when you open it up, the tab will be at the back, but you're going to stick a piece of white over the top anyway. So you can either do it that way, or you can have it this way round, have that as the front, and when you open it up, you'll see it here, but obviously this is your main piece. So then you need a piece of pattern paper that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and that's just going to go on the front. So you end up with that, just a top folding 5x7 card. On the inside here, if you're using a base that is white, you don't have to do anything. You could just leave it if you put the tab the other place. But if, like me, you've got a dark base, then you just want to put either a matte on and then a white, or just a white piece. So I'm just going to use a white piece, and this piece is the same as the front, so it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so there's my white piece in the middle. Obviously, if you want to go ahead and stamp it beforehand, that's probably advisable. I'm going to do mine afterwards because I like doing things back to front. So, right, going to put that to one side and bring in the next biggest piece. So this was your 4 by 7.5 piece. So we're going to go ahead and put red tape on here and also on here. So this is pretty much the same as what we were doing with the 6 by 6 that I did in the live stream. I will do a video for that 6 by 6 double pop up at some point. Okay, so then if you bring in your largest of the two other pieces that you've done. Now I've done these measurements a bit different to what I planned. So so this, as I said before, is 4 inches by 7.5. Okay, now I should have done it at 8, but I'm going to continue with these measurements because it's just a little bit shorter, that's all. It's just a little bit shorter. So because of that, that means your front section is 4 inches by 5.5. So you need a pattern piece that is 3 3/4 by 5.25, and that is going to go on the front like that. And then on this piece here, now this one obviously was 3 inches by 6.5, so which means your front section here is 3 inches by 4.5, which means your pattern needs to be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 by 4.25. Okay, and so that is going to go on there. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick these two pattern pieces down. Okay, so now what we're going to do is peel off the backing of the tape just on this top flap, and then we're going to take our card, just scrunch that down so we can see roughly where it's going to be. Make sure it's nice and central left and right, and also top and bottom is a similar kind of border. If anything, make your border at the bottom slightly bigger than your top one because it just is more pleasing on the eye. And then we're going to go ahead now and peel off the backing on this bottom tab, and we're going to fold it concertina, flatten down the concertina bit and just fold it down so you end up with that. So if you wanted to, you could just stick at that, you don't have to put the third one on, but I quite like the extra bit on the front. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same on this small piece, add some more tape along the top and also along the bottom tab. And then we're going to repeat the process again. So we're going to take off the backing along the top, and we're going to put it on the front. Now, as I said before, because on the other one I actually cut through, so if you want to cut an aperture you can, and you're just going to go ahead and marry this up, line it up so it all kind of fits and it all is nice and straight. So obviously I'm covering up this lovely star paper, so that's why I'm saying if you want to, you can cut, you know, cut through. It is a bit of a shame actually, but anyway, I've done it now. So I think if I was doing it again, I'd probably stop there because I really like that paper, and I would probably either switch these two papers round so I have like a more of a, maybe that white one below and this one at the front, or I would just not bother with this top layer. Okay, so that is your, so there's your canopy card. So then what we want to do is go ahead and add a greeting. Little side note for you as well, if you are cutting your apertures, then I mean, you'll see in the double 6x6 canopy card that I do or have done, I'm not sure the order of these coming out, but you will see that I cut the pattern piece, the aperture slightly bigger with the pattern, and then I cut the matte piece, so this is the base in this case, and I cut it with a slightly smaller one, so I end up with a border in the middle. So if you want, you can do that. So I'm now going to go ahead and add a greeting. Okay, so off camera I went and found, this was actually an oval that I've had for a while. You know, I've got ovals that you have, I just kind of little circles, whatever, I just put them in a box. So I went through and sifted through and found this, just used it, and then I've just used a gold peel off that says just for you on it, and then I've just taken some cheap pearls that I got in Poundland, but I love that kind of peachy colour and it goes really nicely. And and also because they come on a strip, so they come on you can probably get these in your local whatever Poundland, dollar store, whatever you have. They just literally come on one long piece of glue. I don't know if you could see that. They come on one long piece of glue, and normally that's really irritating. But for something like this, it's really good because you can just peel it all off and then just gently, one by one, kind of stick it down and just kind of bend it round. So it's not perfect, but it'll do. So I'm going to go ahead now and just add that onto there with pads. So there you have your finished card. And as I said, if you want to, obviously it stands up like that. And if you want to, you can, as I said, put die cut, apertures in. I haven't for this one, but it's okay. I quite like the way it's turned out. I might just put a couple of, maybe something up the top here. I don't know, I'll see. But yeah, it's quite nice. I quite like it. And obviously inside, I just need to stamp my greeting. And so that's your card. So yeah, it's quite easy, relatively easy to do. You can adjust your sizes accordingly. I don't mind these sizes. Originally I was going to do it so that literally you have like a 5x7, 4x6, 3x5. But I've ended up making it slightly shorter than I intended. But to be honest, I don't mind it like that. I think it looks fine. For posting, it is a bit bulky. Obviously, if it didn't have the pearls on it, that would go through UK mail, as long as I don't use too thick a card. So because I've only done the pattern, I haven't done a mat, that has helped matters. But yeah, so that is the 5x7 pop-up canopy front card. So hopefully you'll have a go. Go and check out my papers on Etsy. I'll put the little link up on the screen now. And there'll be more in the description below. As always, if you need to know any of the products, they're usually listed, not all of them, but most of them are listed in the description below. So just click on the description below, click on more, and it will show you all the products used. So yes, I hope you have a good day. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.